Okay,
Welcome back.
we back with
This is
another one.
episode 2.
Episode 2, season 1, episode 2. So we're gonna toast to that because we just been vibing.
And if y'all haven't seen the first video, I'm not actually drinking a mimosa.
0% alcohol, so she really just chilling for real.
Yeah.
I have to ask a question.
What's up, babe? Go ahead and just get it started.
Okay, forget it. Okay, is it disrespectful for a woman to propose to a man?
Oh, man. I wouldn't even say it's disrespectful. I would say that shit's just flat out embarrassing.
Yeah,
Number
that-
one. Like, what?
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Huh?
That's crazy.
Like, it's disrespectful to
Because
yourself,
I don't know, like
really.
the new culture is like crazy when you see a woman on her all fours
Oh, man.
proposing to a man. That's kind of
I better not ever see that.
like honest. Just leave, sis. Leave.
Just leave.
Sis, just get up.
If
If you ever find yourself in that position, ask God why. Why me, God?
if it ever gets to the point, honestly, that you are even the one initiating the marriage, it's just time to go.
Exactly. Like, don't even throw no hints. Don't do nothing. The moment you start nudging them, like, babe, like just let it flow. Everything will be like, real natural. But that's crazy how a woman is proposing to a man nowadays.
See, and that's actually got me thinking. So, from a man's standpoint, when would you say a man, like, when they kind of want to marry somebody or they don't? Some people say like 5 years is the deadline, honestly, or 2 years, 10 years.
Honestly, not a deadline. It's men have boxes that women need to check first. It's kind of like a probationary period. You get, for real.
Not probation.
Seriously, you get 90 days.
90 days.
It's literally a 90-day probationary period. And you have to check all the boxes. So in our boxes, cook, clean, make sure home's straight. And a lot of women will be like, no, I'm not doing no wife duties and we not married. But honestly, it's your probationary period. Meaning if you don't show me nothing within the first 90 days, most men prolong it and be with you still and just play around and they're not going to marry you because you haven't checked them boxes.
So pretty much you're saying within 3 months, a man knows.
Within 3 months.
Okay.
It's either going to go up or down. You're either going to be engaged or you going to be, out the picture. It's like,
Or he's just going to keep
it's kind of
stringing
like
you
a
along.
job.
That's
Right
what you
now,
think?
we're going to hire you. But if you get hired on, it's up to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm going to hire you. You're going to be working at a temp. You're a temp agency. You got it. 90 days, 3 months to show me that you the one.
Okay. Well, yeah, and I wouldn't say 90 days, but that actually, because some people be like, oh, a man should know in the first 2 years. So you're saying he knows, like, quickly if he gonna
Like I
marry you or
said,
not.
a man knows he want to marry a woman. It's actually up to the woman how fast the marriage can go. It can happen in 2 months. If you on your shit, if you doing everything and checking all them boxes, he might be like, all right, we're going to propose. Some women, it take 5 years to check all the boxes. You literally be on year 3 and be like, okay, I'm just waiting on her to do this. Still haven't done it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's kind of like,
So you're saying it just depends on the woman then. A man could know in 5, a man could know in 5 years, and he could know in 3 months.
It's up to a woman to check the boxes. If you don't check the boxes, then it's going to take longer than expected. You can't come into a relationship wanting to get married and you ain't did nothing. You ain't checked no boxes. You got to see you through all stages, up, down. You got to make sure that, if I ain't got it, would you still be around? It's kind of like the analogy with the meat we said yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Would you still eat the meat if it didn't have no seasoning?
Seasoning
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people
Yeah.
won't, so it's kind of like.
Okay. So, okay.
So another
I'm not
thing.
mad at that.
Huh?
I said I can't argue with that. I think that's the same too because I see it in some cases where like a couple's been together for X amount of years and like her friends or her family or just people in her ear like, oh, when y'all gonna tie the knot, when it's been 5 years, it's been 6 years, it's been 4 years,
Like you
what
can't.
y'all doing?
Exactly.
Or then you have it on the flip side where like a couple meets and then within like, 2 months they're already engaged or something, and then you have families saying, oh,
And
it's
then,
too soon or it's
and I want to
this.
say another thing. Like, if you're going to get engaged and you're not married within the 6 month after engagement, you're not getting married. Like, seriously.
Well, I
No,
wouldn't say
you're not.
that. I mean,
Like, you're
I
not
think it
getting
just
married.
depends.
I believe when you engage, you already had the proper funds in place to plan the proper wedding within the first 6 months. Because you got to think, that's when it's still fresh. After 6 months, it's going to be like, I ain't getting married to her. She done been arguing. Because you got to think, once I give you the ring and engagement, it starts now. You can start arguing with me, start nitpicking, start doing that. Now it's like, well, we ain't gonna never get married now. We're gonna be back at square one, probationary period, with you having to wait
I
90
mean,
days to show me.
I can see that, but I do think. I mean, I know a few people who was engaged for a long time and did end up getting married. But I do see what you're saying. Like the longer you wait to actually get married after you're engaged,
Yeah, the
it does
more.
become a little bit
Exactly.
harder.
Because when you
Yeah.
get married, you take it serious. So it's like, if you're
Yeah,
not,
once that marriage
yeah,
starts, then it's
once the
kind of
marriage
like
starts,
y'all
it's
locked
like, this
in.
is it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So if you're not locked in, it's gonna leave a lot of room for um, sins and just messing up. Period.
So then, with that question, let me ask you this: what was you waiting on with us then? Because we was together 5 years. So
I mean,
was my probationary
no,
period?
no. I mean, you did good. Your probationary period, you did real good. But I can say a few things. You was on like day 89, and you'll start a nitpick, and then we'll start you over. Honestly,
Whatever.
I'm serious.
Stop it.
Seriously,
No.
I always tell
I
myself like,
think.
man, if she can go, I'm telling you, if she can go 3 months, it's gonna speed up the process. So it took a long time because, like I said, you didn't recognize that I had boxes that need to be checked. So
Well, shut up.
I'm saying,
I
I'm
think
saying,
nah. I don't even
but
think it's that because when I met you, like you,
I mean,
and that's why everybody was even surprised that we even got married because you was never even a marriage type. So you keep talking about the boxes I need to check, but
but no,
but I don't even think you
I
was
mean, as a
ever
man,
really
I mean,
like
we
ready
go
for marriage
as a
at one
man,
point.
you go through your healing stage, and then you got to check pockets. You got to make sure careers. There's a lot of stuff as a man because when you sign up for marriage, you got to make sure that you got the family no matter what. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't have no room for messing up. So if I ever felt like I was gonna mess up in the process, that's why it took longer. You know what I'm saying? Because I had to make sure everything was just right. So I was like, oh yeah, I got us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
that's a good sense too
yeah,
because
because
you do as a there is a lot more responsibilities like in marriage versus dating. So I understand like not wanting to jump the gun until you had all your ducks in the row too.
yeah,
But
I
I'm
mean, you got to
like,
be financially stable in order to take care of a house.
yeah.
It's not
I mean, not
possible.
to say that everything has to be perfect because honestly, nothing ever will be perfect. So like, men or women, if you're watching this, like, I don't want y'all to think either too like that you have to continue to just wait for the perfect timing because there really I mean, there's better timing, but there's never like a
There's never a
perfect
perfect time,
time.
like I
So
said.
just, I would
As long
say a
as you
better
stay on
timing.
your course. A lot of
Yeah.
times people try to veer off in other people's lane and you get distracted. Your lane is your lane. You know what I'm saying? So it could take 5 years, 10 years, it could take 3 years, but you know when it's your time.
Yeah, I think that was honestly like I'm glad though that we kind of waited and stuff too because like as we were talking in our um first video, like there was a lot of things that we kind of had to like work through and get through before we could even walk into a marriage. Like I don't even think either of us were even mentally prepared for that soon. So again, you are right. It does just depend on like the man, the woman, but also like where you guys are at individually, but also where you guys are at with each other. So I'm glad we waited. I think I mean again we don't believe in the perfect timing, but I believe when we did get married, that was like it was a
Yeah, it
perfect
was perfect.
timing.
Well, let's talk about like social media marriage versus
Actual marriage.
actual marriage.
Oh man.
Or talk about what you thought marriage would have been versus what it's actually
Well,
like.
one thing I can say about us is like, or what I, what I think or what I feel is that, like, I don't know. I feel like social media, like, we're not really different. Like, we're not putting up a front. Like, I feel like what we actually like post is like
It's
really
real.
us in real life. Like, I do think sometimes, people do, when it comes to social media, it does look like this fairy tale, or they are living a whole different life on social media than
People
they are
be happy,
in real life.
yeah,
Yeah, happier on social
way
media
happy on social media.
than actually in the
You
house.
could be in a domestic relationship, but
You wouldn't even know.
Here you is smiling in the
Cheesing,
picture.
y'all on
My
jet
hubby,
skis
like
and
damn, look like you got a little black eye under that makeup. So it's like, don't believe what you see. You know what I'm saying?
don't believe everything
That's
you
why.
see.
That's why you're not supposed to go off other people's marriage. Like, oh, I want to
Yeah.
be like them, or I want to live like them,
Yeah,
because you
'cause
really
you never
don't
know.
know.
She could be getting her head
She
knocked
can be
between the
getting drugged
dryers.
through the motherfucking house by all extensions.
Which that's not even funny, because domestic violence is not funny by any
I mean,
means.
it's not funny, but like,
it's just
you just can't live. You know what I'm saying? Off what other people do.
Yeah, or you can't desire things you can't idolize other people's
Because that's
marriages and
demonic,
relationships.
honestly.
Yeah, any form of idolatry
Yeah, that's
is
demonic.
demonic actually. But you got to be careful with that, because people can look happy, but again, like you said, it's a whole different
And the crazy part is like,
thing.
everybody want to be somebody else, but they are already taken. Like, won't you
Yeah.
just be yourself? You're the only
Yeah,
person that's,
true.
just be yourself. Everybody already got their identity. Everybody's already taken.
But
Be
also,
yourself.
instead of like desiring what other people have or what it looks like other people have, just build that life for yourself. Build a life that you are happy with, not based on social media standards or what other people around you are doing. Because at the end of the day, if you're chasing someone else's life, you're never really going to be satisfied, because like everything that's going on in everyone else's life is like for them. So you could be chasing, something they have, and then you get it, and it doesn't really bring you happiness, because it was never meant for you to even like have that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, just like we just had like an era of nothing but BBLs and veneers. It's like,
oh
dude,
yeah,
you're 23. Like, why do you got fake teeth and a fat ass? Like, for real, like,
yeah.
it really don't, like, because you living trying to be like Ari and all these celebrities when they actually have money to take
keep
care
it
of
up.
that, you know?
Because in 20 years, 15 years from now,
You gotta
you
have
gotta,
money to.
you gotta get
What you
massages
gonna look like
and
at 50?
drainages, and sometimes
And I'm
like,
about saying, I'm not saying that everybody's look bad. You know what I'm saying? Some people legs match.
yes,
So
but
it's kinda
again,
like,
it's like that's the now. When you start getting older, maybe you're not working out as much. A lot of those celebrities and stuff, they go back for around 2s and 3s and 4s.
some
And
took the ass out.
K Michelle, I think, and Black China.
She went like, man, take this little silicone out of me. Like, I can't.
But the thing
She
is,
was
like,
dying inside.
those things cost money. So it's like you
Oh,
might
yeah.
have the money now to do those things, but then 20 years down
And
the
it's
line,
crazy
15
because when
years down
people
the
had the
line,
money, it was PPP loans. It wasn't no, like people got like went crazy
yeah,
off the PPP loan. So it's kind of like
yeah.
there's no more PPP loans, no more stipends, no more emergency checks from Trump, none of that. Like,
But
we had
honestly, like, I don't want to go too hard on the people that have had like cosmetic surgery, because at the end of the day, like, do whatever you're happy with. Just make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. Like, don't be doing certain things just to keep up with the Joneses, or to keep up with um what you see on social media. Like, do it if you're gonna do it. Do it because that's you
because
genuinely,
you want to do it.
because you want to do it.
I appreciate you for being you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
do it because you feel like you said, like you want to do it.
Yeah.
And I have another question. Like, do you
Hold on,
think
one thing real quick before we switch. One thing I seen was like the CNAs. They said the CNAs finna have to wipe so many BBL
it's gonna be
booties.
toilet paper stuck in it?
Okay.
Like,
Anyways, I just thought that was funny because I'm just thinking like, for real though, imagine like
they not even gonna have no diapers for them ladies. For real, them Rikishis.
I just thought
Rikishi
that was a
booties.
little funny because it's just like, think about it. Imagine you get a BBL when you're 30 or whatever, and then you're 60 or 70 or whatever, and you're in a nursing home. Just what is that gonna look
Man,
like?
you heard what Offset said, man. BBL, hey, man.
I wonder, do they really stink? Do they really have a
Nah, I
stink?
don't think so.
Anyways, just
We ain't
move
gonna
on.
talk about that.
Just move on.
But I do have a question. Or I do have, I got this thing I wanted to say. Do you think stay-at-home moms or stay-at-home parenting should be considered a real career?
Absolutely. 1,000 times, yes. And I'm not even just saying that because I'm a stay-at-home mom. But yes, 1,000 times,
So,
yes.
ladies, stay-at-home parenting is a real career.
Yes.
So tell that man that this is my job. I'm at work.
And another thing is too, like, I feel like some men try to belittle, or not even, but they may not do it intentionally, but subconsciously, some men I feel like do belittle stay-at-home mothers because they think like, oh, they're at home.
Yeah, honestly,
I'm out working.
I was like that at first.
You was.
Until I honestly was like, I'm out here working all this money. Then when I actually had to stay home and be a stay-at-home dad, it was like, okay, I'd rather go to work.
Yeah, it's a
like,
lot.
let me go to work. I gotta wash clothes. I gotta sit here and do dishes.
In the beginning,
kids running around.
You didn't really understand at first, but like you said, when I and that's another thing with stay-at-home moms too. Like, make sure you do create a life for yourself too outside of just staying at home, because that's not. I mean, I know a lot of women probably won't even admit this, but I mean, you do need a life outside of your kids too, and outside of just being home 24/7. So I think when I did kind of start going into my career, that's when I kind of was like, okay, now I actually have something to be doing, somewhere to be going, and that's when, when I would go places or have things to do, that's when you would be at home, and then you could kind of see what it was actually like.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I don't think a man is ever really going to. I mean, some men may understand just off the back if you have just a super compassionate husband or whatever, but I don't think some men really realize it until they're in that situation.
Okay, so how do you feel about stay-at-home dads?
I mean, I don't got no problem with it. I think it can go.
I don't like that. I don't like a stay-at-home dad.
I mean, I think it just
think
depends.
that's feminine. If you got a desk job, I think that's feminine. Seriously.
I mean, I think as long as you're making money for your family,
I mean,
I don't care what you do. As long as you provide.
But you got to think back. Traditionally, a real man's job was hard labor.
Yeah.
Hard hats and steel-toe boots.
Yeah.
So nowadays, niggas just waking up, rolling out of bed, just working at their desk. Like, bro, you don't have a manly bone in your body. Can you hang a picture? Can you fix a sink?
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. I just think it really just depends on like the couple situation. Like, the wife may be a doctor and she may be making 7 figures. Shoot, instead of sending your kids, because the way I think about it is like, the reason why I don't go too hard on people who stays home regardless which parent is because I know what it feels like to not want to send my child to daycare, or just understanding the world that we live in. So if whatever you got to do to make sure or feel like your child is safe, do that. So if that means mom is working and she has a good enough job and she enjoys working, and her and her husband have an understanding that she doesn't feel like he's less than because he's staying at home,
but do
what works for
you.
Y'all,
I think of it like when a woman makes way more money than a man, like it leaves way more room for her to cheat. Like, stand out. Just hear me out though. Just hear me out. You know what I'm saying? You working late hours at work. You know what I'm saying? You gotta come home and this nigga just laying on the couch, baby sleep. He's sitting there playing a game. You gonna be in your feelings. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like,
well,
you gonna come home and ain't no dinner cook. I'm hungry. I ain't ate. I need a back rub. I need a massage. why this like this? Why you ain't watch this? Why you didn't do this? It's kind of like,
I mean, but no, but if you're being a stay-at-home dad, then that means you would be
it's
still required to do the same
stay-at-home
things for
dads are not
stay-at-home.
appreciated the same as stay-at-home moms. A stay-at-home dad is sassy. They call it sassy, broke, less of a
But that's what
man.
I'm saying. That's what social media
That's real
says.
life though.
No, 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 no. That's social media. That's why I said it depends on the couple, because if there's that mutual respect between that husband and wife, she's not going to view her husband in that way. Social media might look at it like that, but it depends on the couple. Because, like I said, if they have a good enough understanding that she's okay with, I mean, that and some people's chips just fall like that. The wife may be the breadwinner, and it ain't really nothing wrong with that as long as the husband still is carrying the weight at home, just as a mother would be expected to. But again, it depends on
That's
the couple.
diabolical.
I mean, yeah, but
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 stop
no,
it. Stop
couldn't
it.
you say, hold on, couldn't you say the same thing though, if the roles were reversed? Couldn't you say that a man could be more susceptible to cheating
No,
if his
because
wife's at home?
no, because the man's job put on this earth by God is to lead, provide, and
Yes, but
protect.
sometimes
So no,
men,
hear me out. So when we outside making all this money, we're not cheating. We're trying to make sure that everybody's eating, everybody's safe, everybody's happy, and still making ourselves happy. When women is out making the money, that's not your role. You outside of your whole role.
I get what you're saying, where there could be like a lack of respect, obviously, for the
Exactly.
husband. I get that. But what I'm saying is, like, don't you think on the flip side of that, too, some men who don't value that their wife is a stay at home mom, who they don't appreciate her staying at home, and they look at her as less than because he's making the money, because he's paying the bills. Do you think
Yeah,
some
yeah,
men could
yeah.
get a power
A lot of
trip
men do
and be
take
like, well, I'm a
control of.
cheat
A lot of men take
because,
control of that
yeah,
situation.
because she can't go nowhere. I got the
Come
money.
home and be like, oh, you ain't cook? Cool. I'm about to go out with the guys. I'm gone. See ya.
Yeah, or it's
Oh, you
like,
ain't do this?
I got the money. I know I can do whatever I want
But
because
no, it's like
she can't
yeah.
actually leave.
But
Say it depends on the couple, because as long as there's that mutual respect, then another bottle.
no, I'm gonna drink this.
Ooh, she's moving. As long as there's that mutual respect, because I think what you're saying could go both ways. Like, yes, if a husband is a stay-at-home dad, if the woman does not respect her husband, then yeah, she could be looking at him as less than and end up cheating. And the same thing goes for the husband. If he doesn't respect his wife's role and looks at her as being looks at her as less than because she's a stay-at-home mom and he's making the money, he's paying the bills, and she's at home all day, he could end up cheating. I kind of just rambled on that topic because obviously, like, that's a big one for me, and I do feel like a lot of people don't really realize like the role and how hard it actually is. Just because we're not clocking in to a physical job or building every day does not mean we're not working. And to be honest, I think being a stay-at-home mom is actually harder than working because
It depends on what job
hold
you have.
on, let me finish. Because when you have an actual job, you have a start time and you have an end time shift. When you're a stay-at-home mom, there's no clocking out. You're on
Yeah,
all around the
but
clock.
but you can say like if a dad's at work all day, say if I work a 10-hour shift when I come home, I'm gonna do daddy duties too. Like it's not like a one-way street
Yeah,
to the point where it's like.
but a lot of men don't. I would say probably about
So it's kind of like you get
90%
off
of
work
men
and you go
don't.
straight to daddy duty, straight to running bath, straight to playing with spending your time with your son or your daughter. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like you just going back to work when you get off. So it's kind of like but a woman need more time to rest than a man. A man, like,
A woman, I just feel like that can be true, but I don't think that's the case in most situations because it took some time for you to understand to even do that. I think sometimes when you used to get off of work, you wanted to decompress. So that means you coming home, you rolling up,
yes, but
you taking a shower, and you get
but when I
hold
take
on,
over
you
the
getting on the
role,
game.
you decompress.
And used to happen. I mean, it happens now, But like a while back when you got off work, you was rolling up, you was having your smoke break, you was eating,
Yeah,
taking a shower, and getting on
after
the game.
yeah, after a
That was
10-hour
it.
shift. That's all
Right.
I'm. But
But what I'm
sometimes a man
saying
want to
is,
like. We
but
got
what,
the roof. We got the bills paid. Everything is
right.
everything.
But
So
that's my point though. So it's like because a man,
would you say?
I went to work today, I paid all the bills, we got the roof overhead. I'm come home from work, and I'm gonna do what I want to do. But it's like at the end of the day, that's not really fair to the wife because so you're telling me a wife doesn't get that say so, a stay at home mom doesn't get that say so because she doesn't pay the bills. Cut it don't
After
matter.
she
It's not really realistic because depending on what time your kids go to sleep, some kids go to sleep what 9:30, anywhere between depending on what stage you're in with your child. If it's an infant, toddler, whatever, or if it's summertime, whatever, kids can go to sleep anywhere between 8 and 11. Let's just say that. So if your kids are going to sleep at 9:30, like Kylan, by the time I shower, do all that, change, take an actual shower, not just get in there, scrub a little 2 minute, like actually exfoliate and shave and actually take your time in the shower. By the time you do all that, it's going on 10:30. You ain't even eaten yet. You still got laundry to fold because you couldn't really do the laundry during the day because you're running after kids. You still got to clean up the kitchen from dinner. By the time you do bath, laundry, kitchen, dinner, which is still duties because you're not resting in that time, it's going on midnight. But then you got to get some sleep because you got to get up the next morning and do it
Okay.
all over again.
Okay, so I gotta ask you a question. Would you rather do a 50-50 relationship to where you go to work, you pay bills, you get off, ain't no food done because I was at work, or how would that work? Like, you know what I'm
No,
saying?
I wouldn't want. I
But
like.
most women do 50-50 relationship to where she pay half the bills, she get to do what she want in her free time because she need to
I mean,
decompress
I
from
don't
work.
mind. I don't mind 50-50 financially because that's why I got into real estate in the first place is because I do want to help. I do want to take that load off of you because our life is very expensive, and I do want you to be able to not work as much or take time off to work. Or if I say, hey, babe, let's go here for a week, you're not worried about taking off work for a week because everything else is covered. So I don't mind 50-50 financially as long as if I got it.
So would you feel
But
like I was less of a man if I made you pay half the bills?
no, because I believe in like it's a marriage is two becoming one. So like if you needed help with something, as your wife, like I'm gonna help you out. If I need help with something, I know you're gonna help me out. So I don't like if I paid the rent for a year, I wouldn't look down on you because you didn't took care of me
But
for years, months,
some women
weeks.
will be like, like I ain't. If I gotta put half on that, I might as well live by myself.
I
Like a lot of
mean,
women feel like if I gotta go half on anything, then I would just,
again, that's why I said it just depends on your relationship. I think a lot of women say that because the men that they're dealing with don't be doing nothing like else. I wouldn't mind because you do a lot. You know what I'm saying? You take care of all the kids. You take care of all the bills. You anytime I need anything and I ask you, you always have given it to me, or you found a way to give it to me, or any bill I need to pay, like you've always been there to actually help. So I think
yeah, I don't
when
know why.
women say that, it's because the men that they're dealing with really don't like. I ain't gonna
What?
lie, I wouldn't want to go 50-50 with a man that's never helped me with nothing.
But I mean, but
It
what
sounds
if it
bad,
start off
but
out the gate 50-50? It's kind of like, how could I help you with
if it
anything? We
start
just
off at the
started.
gate 50-50, I mean, that's cool because you're helping me, I'm helping you. But I think when women say that, it's like they're dealing with men who won't even go 50-50 with them. You get what I'm
I
saying?
believe all women should go 50-50 with a man to start off to help him build him up to where he can now financially take over the whole family. It's kind of like if
Yeah.
you help me for 6 months, you ain't never got to pay rent again because
And I
I
think
got
we
it.
kind
You
of
know what I'm
did
saying?
that in the beginning a little bit. I mean, well, you had just crazy money, but I had money saved up too. I remember like helping out with the bag chaser stuff when we went to Harry Hines. Like,
Yeah.
I dropped like 500-600
Oh, yeah.
on some of the clothing and stuff too.
When
And
you
that's
was making
only
that bombshell,
yeah.
I love 700 a night. Let me get. She used to walk in. I'm like, let me get that.
But
You know what I'm
I would give it to you though, right? And
Yeah.
that was even we had just met, but it's because you took me out, paid for my dinner, you paid for my friend's dinner, you had already been doing things for me, so it's like okay, he's been helping me out, he's looked out for me, I'm gonna do the same thing. But I think women don't really want to do that for a man even in the beginning because you
Crazy
ain't
work.
doing nothing. You ain't did nothing.
Well, my thing is that women won't pay 50-50 and then end up single paying 100% of their own. It's like the friends be in a
Yeah.
group chat like, girl, now you struggling. Like, what you gonna do?
I mean,
End
yeah,
up,
but I mean, I just think at that point, like some women say they would rather it be that because what's the sense of you laying up with somebody every night and you gotta cook for them? I mean, even if it's the early stages, right?
yeah,
But when he come over,
probationary period.
yeah, but when he come over, he probably still expecting a meal because you're the woman, even if you're dating. Um,
But some women
certain
just
things.
date
So
for financial reasons. They really don't want him to be the future. She can look at him right now like he got
I
money.
think
I'm
a
just trying
lot
to
of
use
women do
him
that.
for some rent or my water, my power bill. But I ain't trying to marry this dude. So it's like,
I mean, yeah, I think a lot of nowadays, just in this generation, I think that has become more of like, and I think that's why we always see this argument, anyways, about 50-50,
mm-hmm.
because everything is about money right now,
Yeah,
for some
everything.
weird reason, and
You can meet a girl for one day and she's like, don't you feel like getting my hair done?
yeah, can you
It's
pay for my nails?
like what?
Like, hold on,
I
girl.
ain't even
I don't
met you
even know if I
yet.
like you like that yet. You know what I'm saying? So
Like,
I do see where you're coming from on that because, again, and I do think men kind of do have it bad with that too because right out the gate they're
I
expected
think,
to do
but
certain
sometimes
things
I think men
financially.
make it bad for other men
Mhm.
because they start off buying girls houses, paying for car notes, paying for rent and all that. It's like, dang, bro, she might not even check all your boxes.
Right.
And
I
now when
mean, I
another
ain't
man
gonna
come
lie.
around, you be like,
Yeah, I ain't gonna
you
lie.
want what?
You probably
You want me to pay for what? Like, who was you
that's
with?
you though.
LeBron James? like, who was your ex? Motherfucking Lil Boosie? Like, what the fuck?
That's you though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I mean, but
Cause that's
because I set a standard for what I want. You know what I'm saying?
and that's why you got it in return when you
Yeah,
met
yeah.
me. I mean, I
But
can't
I'm
speak.
not. My thing is, I'm not gonna set the pedestal for somebody I don't want. If I know it's just a fling, just a, you know what I'm saying, something like that, I'm not finna go over and beyond
Yeah,
to
cause I
impress
ain't gonna
nobody.
lie. Like
But if I like what I see
you
and I
got me
want,
spoiled.
but I'm saying that if I like what I see, which I did,
It would be
I'm
hard.
going to pursue it. Like I
Yeah,
might not wake up tomorrow. I'm pursue it like this is it.
and you
Like
did, and you
this is
did.
4th and 1, and you down by 3. Seriously,
You dunking them.
for real. So it's like, and then I like to set a standard as a man for myself, and that's like I wanna eat steak too. Just because
Yeah,
you sitting here eating steak with me don't mean like, oh he
he
took me
doing
to
it
a
for
steakhouse.
me. Yeah,
It's
you
like
was
motherfucker,
hungry.
I've been eating steak. You
Right,
just happened to be with me while I was eating it. You know what I'm saying? Like don't be like he a
right.
trick. Like
Yeah,
no, he tricks on himself too now. Like for real.
I know
So
that's right.
it's kind of like
Yeah.
you want to always set your standard. You know what I'm saying? What's your first impression? Your first impression is the first impression. When you see somebody for the first time, what made them stand out more than all the other people you talk to? You know what I'm saying? So if that's taking you to Applebee's on the first date, it's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not gonna make you stand out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, shoot, some bitches only ever had checkers.
Yeah.
Applebee's might be.
But
It just depends
that's
on
your
the.
standard
It
though.
just
It's
depends on.
who you chasing. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
you can't chase a 10 if you don't have the money to pay for a 10.
but you see, that's the
Like
problem.
it
That's
was
the
a
problem these days,
somebody
though.
said, man, the problem with you men is you don't date in your tax bracket. You go and find this rich woman when you got minimum wage money.
See, but that's the problem though, because it's like everything is about money right now.
Yeah.
Because it's like, even if she's a rich woman and he's minimum wage, he could, that minimum wage man could be checking all her boxes, but most women's gonna count him out because to
He's
her he's
minimum wage.
broke.
And the crazy part is, most women want a man with money, not a man that will give them money. Have you noticed that a 9-to-5 worker will give you more money than a drug dealer? He just got more money.
That no, that is
It's like
facts.
he's like,
That's why they
bitch,
say.
you got money. It's like, where you give me a couple hundred. He's like, he ain't give me none yet. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, what the fuck is you? What is this motherfucker? That's like
No,
the
that
Travis
is very
Kelce
true.
situation.
That
He
is
was
very
making
true.
his wife, his ex, pay for half the bills when he worth millions. So her friends probably like, bitch, you ain't getting the money. You paying half
But
the rent.
that is funny though. It's like some them drug dealers do be stingy sometimes.
Oh, drug dealers stingy.
They be stingy sometimes.
Because I mean, they
And
work
then
hard.
it be the 9-to-5 man
Drug
going
dealer,
broke
yeah, because
just to
a
keep up
nine to
with the
five
crowd.
man know that he's gonna clock in tomorrow and he's gonna go to work. A drug dealer don't know that. They can die tonight, they can get raided, they can get robbed, they can go to jail. So every money is accounted for. And most women running. As soon as a nigga go to jail, she gonna hit the stash spot and she ain't even gonna put a little money on your securus and she gonna talk to you, but she gone.
Yeah, well, that's sad. But anywho, yeah.
I had a question. I was about to say, why is it that when men are rich, they are willing to make a broke woman rich, but when women is rich, they will not go find a broke man and help him succeed?
I don't know. I feel like because broke women, a lot of broke women is actually very attractive. Number one.
I mean, yeah. Until you get to their
They
house
be
after the
cute.
club, and his fingerprints on the mirror and his crusty panties every goddamn where.
Not the crusty draw. But they be pretty, but they be broke.
Pretty
You know
broke.
what I'm saying?
Girl,
pretty,
you
but
pretty
broke.
broke.
So I think, and then I think with men, it's like most men, especially with money, they just want a girl that look good too.
That's it.
So and they got the money, so
That's
they don't
it.
really be giving a
Niggas
damn.
just want a bad bitch.
Mhm.
Niggas be ugly as
So
hell.
they don't care. They be ugly as
Niggas
heck
be
with
looking
some
like
money.
Travis Hunter with Beyonce. Be like, what the
Stop.
fuck happened here? You ever walk and see a
Stop.
couple and be like, what the fuck happened here?
And then you find out what he do,
He must
like
got
that Red
money.
Lobster.
Yeah, she look at you look at a motherfucker couple and be like, yeah, he got money.
Like, you know.
Ain't no way he pulled that. He got money.
Mm-hmm. But then when it's like with women, she feel like it's that
A
that
woman
respect
not going
thing.
for no broke man. I'm telling you.
But nah, I ain't gonna. I actually won't say that because
No.
nah, a couple might, a few.
Put it like-
I don't know. I feel like there's some out there. Like some women be doing that. Just like it be some broke niggas that be.
Man, no.
It's a few, babe. I'm telling you. From Facebook statuses, they be saying the
Unless she
brokest
a fat
niggas
white
be
girl.
having the best dick.
Yeah.
That's what
I
they
ain't gonna
say.
lie, when I-
Gotta secure their spot to stay, so they
Oh, yeah,
best
yeah.
believe they finna
Oh
show
yeah,
out.
niggas gonna need that car when you go to work.
Exactly.
I'm finna
So
put
it
Pound
just,
Town down. So I got a question.
yeah.
Do you think couples should stay together for their kids even if they're unhappy in their marriage?
No. I mean, I would say it really depends on what that unhappiness looks like. Because staying in a marriage that you're unhappy in just for the kids can actually be exposing them to just unhealthy relationship habits that they might end up carrying when they get older. So, and you could actually end up be damaging your kids way more than just getting a divorce. So, if that unhappiness looks like you're getting beat on in front of your
that's
children
different.
and stuff,
That's different.
staying for your kids, no.
Physical.
Just like adultery, which is like cheating and breaking like the covenant because,
So being abusive in a relationship is not a sin.
oh, it is a sin. You're supposed to love your wife and your husband as Christ loves us. Christ doesn't Christ doesn't abuse us. He doesn't put his hands on us. So obviously, that is going against the covenant because when you're married, when you're in a marriage, It's not, you're not just married to your wife or your husband. It's a covenant that you two are making with God. So anything that you do to your spouse is actually disrespect to God. So when you're
Hmm.
cheating on your wife or your husband, you're also cheating on God. You know, when you're disrespecting your wife or your husband, you're actually disrespecting God too. So, you know, you got to love your partner as Christ loved us. So I think any form of abuse obviously isn't.
It should be a deal breaker
Yeah,
in my eyes.
obviously. Yeah, I
I
think
don't
so
care if
too.
it's the man getting beat up.
Yeah, and I
Divorce
think
that
there's a
lady.
huge double standard on that, but we don't got to go in there. But yeah, I think if there's any type of physical abuse, even verbal abuse, because verbal abuse can be sometimes just as damaging as physical abuse, because especially if you have daughters, I mean sons too, for sure. But if you're a man and you're constantly verbally abusing your wife, especially in front of your children, then you're showing them that that's what love looks. Your husband and your wife, or even just parents, even if you're not married, you two are the first example of what love is supposed to be like for your kids. So that's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not sure what, like, it just depends on what that unhappy looks like. Because if it's damaging to the kids, no, y'all need to leave.
Why do you think why do you think after marriage women have more rights to the kids than men do?
I think it is just a biased thing in the world, like a worldly thing.
Because I mean, if you ask
Um,
me, I would personally say the kids come from the dad.
yeah, but
Technically, so
the
a
world
woman,
sees it as the woman birthed the child. So,
but a woman is also that birthed the child can be labeled as a surrogate, correct?
mm,
Yeah, you birthing a
I
child for
guess
a man.
if you got real technical with definitions,
Women are surrogates. For real. So it's like getting my damn child back.
well,
Stop trying to steal.
shut
For
up.
real, the baby came from me,
No,
my semen.
but I wouldn't say that because surrogacy is actually there's a form of payment that happens in exchange for the child.
Pull
There
up
was
your
no
cash app.
payment.
All the
Shut up.
goddamn money I done
Shut up.
gave you.
But no,
All the
there's a
like the
one
fuck.
specific payment
No,
that is
that's.
directly
I feel
for the
like as soon as the
Simmons
marriage is
Twisted.
over, it go 80-20. She get 80% of everything. She get the kids. You gotta pay. It's like, bruh, this
Yeah, I
shit
ain't
is
gonna lie.
50
The
50 out
men
back.
the men got it
This is
bad with
horrible.
that. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It's hard to be a black man in America.
Yeah, but yeah, y'all men got it bad with
It's
that.
hard, man.
I mean, I think any men, because even them NFL players and stuff be getting taken down through there.
That's because they go against they go against the grain and go get some that they never had. So
Well,
it's
I
like,
see it even without I mean, yes, I would say interracial couples, you do see that the most. But I think just in general, when you reach that level of status,
you're a
it
target.
does. Yeah, I was about to
You're
say it
honestly a
puts a
target.
target on your
That's why
back.
I always say, like, I would rather be rich than famous. I'd rather for me to have money than for you to know I have money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because when you're famous, you raping people no matter what. You can have consensual
Oh
sex with
man,
somebody, and
Shannon
she's gonna
Sharp.
say
Y'all
you
better
raped me.
learn from Shannon Sharp. Monique tried to
Man,
tell him.
this nigga made 22 million his whole football career, and end up having to pay her 23 million. Lost $100 million in a podcast deal, and got fired from ESPN.
All for
But
yeah.
sometimes God will give you signs where you should just. Monique gave him signs. Cat Williams gave him signs. What Cat Williams say? Man, I ain't dealing with them white girls. They'll take you down in 2 weekends. He said they'll
Oh
take you down in two
man.
weekends. He was not playing.
Yeah, but I think it even just aside from race, I just think that is another example of how lust, one of the 6, 7 deadly sins, can cause you to lose everything.
Oh yeah.
Because, I mean, regardless if she was white, black, Mexican,
Yeah, it don't matter.
it doesn't
don't
matter.
the
It's the
race, no.
fact that he just was thinking with this and not this. And doing that
But I mean, she
you
paid.
can lose everything.
She wanted what, $50K a cheek?
Shut up. Anyways,
Boy.
to get off of that, what would you say? Would you say that money can bring happiness? Can money buy happiness? Does it buy happiness or does it buy temporary happiness?
Money can buy happiness, but do money make all people happy? No. But money can buy temporary happiness for sure.
So then is it happiness? If it's temporary, is it happiness?
All happiness is whether it's temporary or not, you felt happy at one point because of the money. You know what I'm saying? So I can say, like, a lot of people with money is lonely. They don't have no friends. They don't have no family. They don't, like, that's why they start doing weird shit. They start doing the drugs and they start messing with little girls and stuff that they ain't got no business doing because they're lonely. They're bored.
Or on the flip side of that, I think some rich people have a lot of friends, but they're not really their friends. They're just around for the money.
Yes, that's why I say
So
all
it's
rich
like-
people are lonely. Because I couldn't imagine having millions and then people, what up, cuz? What up, bro? It's like, that'd get overwhelming because I know you don't like me. I know I'm not your cuz. I know I'm not your bro. So it's like, having money can be overwhelming. But I guess you pay for your peace. But then now you're sitting in a 30-bedroom house with no friends.
I would just say no, because it's even not peaceful sometimes.
So would you rather be
more
happy
money,
or would
more
you rather
problems.
have money?
Probably happiness, because it's like, imagine you saying that now, like, give me the money, because you're like thinking of like that short-term satisfaction, right? But then when you actually get the money, just having that feeling of just like
But can't money
no
buy happiness?
fulfillment, no, it can't.
Temporary happiness.
Temporary, but you're not. Then it's not happiness, because I feel like if you're saying money can buy happiness, then you're buying happiness.
Happiness
then
don't
it
have
should
to be bought.
Right, but if you're buying happiness or you're buying something, right, then you should always have it, right? Just like, okay, if you go buy a car, you're gonna have that car, or you go buy a piece of clothing, you're gonna have that piece of clothing or that car or that jewelry until you get rid of it, right? When you try to buy happiness, it comes and leaves. You know what I'm saying? So it can really never be bought. You know what I'm saying?
What happened to Shannon?
It's like, I
He was
mean,
happy
if
as
you're
hell
trying to
when
say
he bought that pussy.
he was happy in the moment,
$50K a cheek.
he was happy in the moment, but like now I'm sure like he just, not only did he get public humiliation, but
He's not
it
happy.
hit his bank account pretty hard, and he lost a lot of opportunities. Everybody kind of knows, and yeah, so it's just like that's another example where it's like you can't buy happiness, and I wouldn't choose to be rich than happy, because it's like you never know the places that joy can actually really get you, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but if you're just constantly in a negative spirit, you can run through all that money and never feel anything, and then still end up broke.
Mm-hmm. Your soul can be broke.
Yeah. And so it's like, even with all that money, you can buy and buy and buy. But just imagine spending $1 million on this, and then you just like, okay, what now?
The problem with money is once you go broke, it hurts even worse than actually having it in the first place.
Right. Because now it's like you didn't have this lifestyle.
You start thinking like, man.
And you trying to adapt. Yeah. But then it's like, if you were already just didn't really have it like that, but you just
you're
were
gonna
happy.
cherish it. You're gonna cherish it.
Yeah, life is gonna be good. You're gonna actually have a good life. So I would choose happiness, honestly, because there's not a price on joy. And
facts.
so yeah, so you can't put a price tag on happiness or joy. I think the worldly answer would definitely be
happiness over money.
No, the worldly answer
will be money over happiness.
Mm-hmm. But the right
A lot of
answer,
people, everybody think money can buy happiness.
because that's a worldly perspective. But if we've learned anything through
I,
God, even in the Bible, there's Bible stories about how, there was rich kings and all these things, and there was no fulfillment in money. Like, money is actually the root to all evil, honestly.
mm-hmm.
So it's like, how do you think you could even find happiness in anything that's evil?
It's crazy.
So, but real quick, after hearing that, would your answer still be
Happiness.
or money?
Happiness.
Happiness?
Yep, 100%. I'd rather be happy than to be rich.
All right.
But that
There you have it,
concludes
guys.
episode 2.
Thank you for
Drop
watching.
down below what you want us to talk about. If you want to hear a different subject or a different topic, just let us know. Drop down below. Subscribe to this video. And we gonna be back with another one. Let's go.
Bye, y'all. Thank you. Good night.